Every year, PADV transforms the lives and in some cases saves the lives of more than 18,000 women and children through our emergency shelters, our legal advocacy, and our long-term supportive housing programs.
He struck me in the face while I was holding my son. He just kept hitting me, slamming my head on the floor.
I really appreciate what the Community Foundation does with the Managing for Excellence Award. It's more than just one single award. It raises the profile of the importance of good management in nonprofits.
Partnership Against Domestic Violence has applied for this award a couple of times. And so we have used both of these experiences, all these experiences, as really a self-audit of our own practices and processes.
We have a very strong leadership team, and I think that one way we do that is to use a participatory style of management.
And if you look across PADV in terms of the individuals they have really brought to the organization, they really do have specific areas of expertise, and they work together in a way that leverages that expertise.
We meet every month with every member of our staff, and this is an opportunity for us to really communicate with each other.
Something happened, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who was there for us.
So everyone, to the extent that they can, has some involvement in problem solving, in program development.
I learned that there are counselors out there that can help you. And I also learned that I'm not alone.
Our mission statement is to end the crime of intimate partner violence and empower its survivors.
Our evaluation committee was very impressed with PADV's mission statement. I think in a number of ways it was very succinct in terms of what they wanted to focus on.
We developed our mission statement through a facilitated planning retreat, which we do every 3 years, with our senior staff, other members of our staff, volunteers, and our board of directors.
And what really came across was the way in which they brought new ideas to the table.
Anything else? Connie, supportive housing?
I updated the volunteer manual so that it had the most accurate.
Well, I think that we adapt really well to new ideas. I think that our participatory management model helps us do that.
They really spend time thinking about how do we improve the outcomes for the constituent base that we're serving, and really having a very open dialogue and open culture where people can bring those ideas.
Divorce. Wonderful. You know, when there's custody and battering. Right. Okay, good.
And I try really hard not to stifle creative ideas. In fact, personally, I love to operate outside the status quo.
And it doesn't just have to be from that leadership team. They talked about ideas from people on their staff as well, you know, in terms of ways to improve the counseling center, in terms of ways to make sure that when people call in, they're directing them to the right individuals. These were ideas that were created within the organization from employees.
The adaptation of the strategic plan was impressive because, you know, like any other nonprofit facing this kind of economic blow up, their approach, you know, your approach to that is really critical.
Characteristically, PADV paused, began to ask questions of our potential donors,
who told us that they felt we would be much more successful if we phased the campaign.
We followed that counsel. It was very good counsel, and we've just completed phase 1 of our capital campaign project on time and under budget.
Training that looks very similar to what we did in March in North Carolina. So we're collaborating with the North Carolina Coalition.
Some of the most successful nonprofits that we have seen are the ones that are able to partner effectively to truly meet the needs of their customers.
We partner with the Atlanta Volunteer Lawyers Foundation. And this partnership allows us to provide the kind of support that we need for survivors fleeing domestic violence.
You know, all of these partnerships are very critical to them. I think where they excel is understanding which partnerships are most critical and how to leverage those.
We're asking that we present the roll call training to all of the task force around Georgia.
We gained so much from applying for the Managing for Excellence Award. It really made us think about not only the programs and services in our mission, But really, sometimes I think nonprofits are so involved in that they forget all of the elements that make a strong organization, all of those business practices. And it made us examine all of those and make sure that we were doing what we needed to do to ensure that PADV lasted